Estamos aqui de volta para iniciar nossos trabalhos, Indiarada. O tempo da vaca gorda acabou-se. E agora é hora da gente voltar aqui, aquela rotinazinha nossa. Era hora de voltar à normalidade, meu povo. Espero que vocês estejam todos bem. Espero que se ocorreu alguma coisa na vida de vocês que sejam coisas boas, se foi alguma mudança que seja alguma mudança positiva, né? Nessas semanas que a gente não conversou. Então espero que estejam todos bem. Voltei das férias, acabou a mamada, acabou a sombra e água fresca. Estamos de volta. Hello everybody, hi Isa, how you doing? Hello everyone, how you doing Isa? I hope you are okay, I hope you are well, and I'm back. Saying that, already I'm gonna ask for all the likes, for all the subscriptions, and all the support you guys can give it to me. I have given a break because I was on holiday. So I went back home on holiday, and I can say it was beautiful, it was brilliant, it was outstanding, it was great being back home and spend some time with my family. It was good having a break for everything, from work, from my classes, you know, from the massage. Well, not for the massage, because believe it or not, I was still doing massage in Brazil. Couldn't you? I'm very well, Isa. I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. And where's my like? I'm hungry. Oh, yes, you said you were going to go on holidays to Hungary. How is everything over there? I hope you are having a great time on your holidays too. As I can say, my holiday was great. It was amazing being back home. You know, there are good and bad points about it. The good thing about seeing everyone is nothing changed, actually. That was the good point. And the bad point was, actually, nothing changed. You know, it's very strange. It's really, really strange when you go back home after being out of your house for so many years. You know, I left home when I was 17. And when I go back on holiday, sometimes I see everything is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. In certain points, that's great, because, you know, sometimes we just live from the memories that we had in the past. But at the same time, it's a little bit sad, because it's not everything from your past is nice. Astro, how you doing, Astro? Hi! How you keeping? I hope you are well. Guys, please leave your subscription in there. Leave your like. You know, where I go. I went to Brazil, Isa. I spent great time in my parents' house. It was a great recharge. You know, I was in need of a holiday. It was worth going. Of course, money-wise, it was properly spending. LTB, how you doing? I hope you're well. Okay, Isa, thanks for passing by. Thanks for leaving your like. And all of you guys, if you can leave your like in there and help us to grow this page, would be great. Like I put like a goal every month, trying to get more subscribers to the channel. So mid of July, I already have more subscribers than what I was expected to get. Where you from? Uranus, how you doing, Uranus? Uranus, I'm from Brazil. I was born and bred in Brazil. I lived in Brazil until I was 23 years old, and then I moved into the UK. So I am living in England for the past 19 years. but I grew up in the south of Brazil, in the countryside. The best reference I can give to you is São Paulo, which is another, God almighty, it's far from my place, but that's the best reference that I can give to you, comparing the size of Brazil. Okay, Astro, hope you have a good day. You too, Astro, thanks for passing by, buddy. We appreciate your coming. Thanks, Isa. Guys, please leave your like, subscribe to the channel if you like. I'm trying to get 800 subscribers by the end of the month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but it has worked since January, when I made that challenge for myself. I said, right, every month I want to get at least 100 subscribers, but you guys do so great, and I have got more subscribers than I expect to get, which is brilliant. So thank you very much, all of you guys. So we are back again, back to the core business. We're going to be back to capoeira classes on Wednesday when I'm going to be teaching in Leeds. In the meantime, after work today, I might do a little bit of training, because in this past 3 weeks, I haven't done absolutely anything. I've been just lazy, I've been eating, drinking, sleeping. I've been doing absolutely nothing. But I can tell you straight away, if someone asks me, how much do you love your country? I'll just say, from the bottom of my heart, I love my country. If someone asks, would you go back to your country? In this very moment, absolutely not. Do I want to go back to my country one day? Yes, I do. I do. Okay? But that will happen when when I can have the lifestyle that my parents have. Okay? Saying that they are retired, they don't have to go to work, they live the simplest life ever, they don't need anything posh, they just live in a town with 5,000 or 6,000 people living in that town, you know, it's in the middle of nowhere, but you have like this great lifestyle. One of the bad points of it is people gossip about you all the time. God almighty. If you are in the beginning of the city and you fight, people in the end of the city, they will hear it and they will talk about it for a week, because there's nothing else what they could do. There's nothing else what they could say. So they're just going to talk about you, because you are like the new experience that they are having for the time being. Like I got there in the first few days, people look at me like, you know, when you watch those kind of American movies, when the city guys go to the countryside. And not that, I'm not really a city guy. I'm a guy from the countryside. I lived there for many years, and I go there all the time. But for them, they see the same faces every day. They do the same thing every day. So whoever arrives in there, people they don't see for some time, for them something suspicious, they will not smile to you very easy, you know. They will keep themselves for themselves, and then slowly they start saying, hello, how are you, who are you, what are you doing here, where are you from, what is your business in this place, and then you start talking to them. But I noticed one thing. A lot of Brazilians, they go back home, they act like they are rich, there is nobody above them, they believe they are the king of the universe. Some Brazilian people, when they go back. What I do is, I just want to be close to those who were close to me while I was still living in Brazil. But if someone asks for a help, I'm there to help big time, in any occasions. Now, one thing will make people a little bit upset with me when I go to Brazil is the fact I don't come to visit them as much they wanted me to. Okay. I And for some of them, it's kind of an insult. Oh, you are in the country, why you didn't come to see me? Why you didn't pay me a visit? I was expecting to see you. Da-da-da, da-da-da, and the same thing over and over. But they do not ask, how was your trip to get to Brazil? What was the reasons that you came to Brazil, first of all? And straight away I can say, Ivona, how you doing? It's been such a long time, isn't it? I'm just being around. Don't forget to leave your like in there, lady. Please. I'm gonna start again asking for all my likes and subscriptions. Maybe it will work this time. When I say that, for example, a trip to go to Brazil is different for a lot of people. For me, it's quite a hardcore getting to Brazil, the place where to the place where I need to get, okay? Because I live in the south of Brazil. So first of all, I need to fly to São Paulo, and from São Paulo, I have another, I don't know, maybe 700 kilometers to go. 600-700 kilometers. If I would say that, it's not a lot, but the place where my mom lives, there is no connections for buses going there. So to get there, I need to be in São Paulo in specific times, otherwise I'm going to spend there 10 hours waiting for the next bus. Okay? This time was quite fast because I arrived there, it was just before 5 o'clock in the morning. I think by the time we left the airport, it was around 6 to 7 o'clock, you know, after getting the luggage and then taking the bus to the bus station. So it was like another hour. Let's say we were around the bus station just around 10 o'clock. And we had to wait for the bus, which was 1:15 in the afternoon. Not bad. Not bad. Otherwise, we'd have to wait there until 9 o'clock in the evening. That would be... But thank God it didn't work that way, so it was great. But from that bus station to a city near where my mother lives was another 10 hours. Well, no, I'm lying. It was 9 hours and 40 minutes on the bus after the waiting time. So it was about 7 hours by the time I arrived in Brazil to the time I got another transport. And then I was a bit scared. Well, not scared, I was just a bit concerned because that city I took the bus to, there is maybe 50 or 60,000 people living there, but the taxi drivers, they tend not to take people late in the night to other cities because it's quite dangerous. But once we arrived there, it was a taxi there straight away. I mentioned, look, I need to go to this place, and the guy said, yeah, just come in, let's go. I know, Ivona, I know. Anyway, we got home. It was just after 11 o'clock. Okay, beautiful. So it was 40-something hours to get there. I think it was about 41 or 42 hours to get to Brazil. Once you are there, you see family, everybody, you enjoy it. The first day you don't even give a shite about anything, you just want to be there, you know, see the families and enjoy the family and have a barbecue. You already want to buy some beers. Cookie, would you rather watch the tree grow or a Negro? I'm not following that one, buddy, but if you're like, I would appreciate it. It is a lot, Ivona. You know. And then anyway, first few days great, and then you see family, friends, and drink, and eat. And then my son meeting his cousins and playing all over the place, of course falling down all the time and scratching his knees all over the place. Oh, poor little fellow. But yes, the happiness on his face of being in Brazil, of being around the family, because here he's a lonely boy. He's the only child, so he needs to have more kids around him. And there in Brazil, he was having it every day, all the time, you know. Yeah. Bad habits. People still are doing exactly the same thing they were doing 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That's the downside. A lot of people, they don't change. They don't want to change, and it will never happen. So we need to learn how to accept them. And when I say we need to learn how to accept them, I'm talking even about my family. You know, I'm talking about those close to me. I'm not talking about being alien. I'm just talking about, you know, close relatives. When you believe with the time they would change the way they think, the way they act as they grow older. Sometimes it's a disappointment because you see things which you really don't want to see. You know, but anyway, are you working on a coal factory? How are you doing, Cookie? Cookie, I am a coal man. I work for a coal merchant. So, don't worry. If you leave a like in there, I'll tell you more about my job. And subscribe to the channel as well, of course, please. No, I work for a coal merchant. So I do carry the coal, you know, I weigh then 50 kilograms into the bag, put in the van, and I deliver it to houses, to farms, hotels, pubs, wherever they need us to be. But the job is easier than it may look. My previous job was hard. My previous job was just like something that I don't want to go back to it, because that was taking my life away from me, you know. I used, believe it or not, Cookie, I was a chef once. I was an executive chef once. And I have decided to change my career. You know, this is a lot better, much better. Give me freedom, give me time, you know, I can do whatever I want because I work here alone. I just need to make sure I do the job properly so I don't have to repeat it later. As long the customers are happy. Oh, thank you. As long customers are happy, the boss is happy, I am happy, that's how we go. And I enjoy what I do. I truly enjoy what I do, believe it. So yes, and you know, sometimes you want to believe people, they will turn around their lives at some point, and they're gonna live better than what they are living at the moment. When you believe this is not good for you, man, you need to change what we're doing now. And to be honest with you, that's what a friend will do, that's what a family member will do, because they care for their beloved ones. Now, some other people say yes, but you cannot control people's life. If the person wants to live the way they are living, you need to accept it. And I would say, yes, it's right too. The only point, sometimes you just want to show to some people the consequence of their choices, the consequence of their actions. Okay? Like, when you tell them, yes, their life is yours, you can do as you please. I'm not here to patronize you. I'm not here to try to teach you anything or convince you what you do is wrong. It's very wrong. I simply accept the way they live. But I need to let them know they made a choice, and for that choice it will be consequences coming later, which they can't see right now. And maybe on the day when they open their eyes to see the consequence of their actions, it will be a bit too late. But that's their choice. You cannot change people's path, you know. You cannot change, unfortunately. If we could at least mention to people, look, if you're going to this direction, it's going to be bad for you, for your future, for your health, for your family, and people will insist doing what they are doing, what can I do? Nothing. The only thing I can say, as I said, I can warn them, I can let them know, look, this is wrong, and it will be consequence. No, it's up to them to decide if they want to change it or not. I do my part. I'll never turn my back to them, but I'm not going to be present in their lives when things go really bad. Anyway, it was a great holiday. It was a great time spent in there, and I know I'm going to be talking about it for the next few days for a long time, because last time I was in Brazil was 2023, so it was a 2 years gap. And of course there's a lot to say. You know, I can not say everything in few minutes, in 20 minutes video or live. So every day will be something what was happening there, and I can talk to you guys about it. I can mention to you, I can advise you what to do. But God, my prices in Brazil for almost everything is high. Things are expensive. And I'm saying it's expensive on the perspective that I live in England, and the things in here is, in some hand, is a bit easier. Yeah, you could. Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I was gonna say you already have. Yes, Ivona. You know, sometimes you, because you care for people. Mainly when they are very close to you, you know. I'm not talking about a foreigner, I'm not talking about a stranger, I'm not talking about someone who I met along the line. I'm talking about my own dad. You know? I'm talking about my own father. The decisions that he makes for himself is sometimes not nice to see what is happening to him because of alcohol. You know, unfortunately, he's an alcoholic. He's not a troublemaker. He lives his life peacefully, you know. But he lives in this place. Only 5,000-6,000 people live in that little town, so everybody knows him. But when you see your dad living the life the way he does, you know. Wake up like 8 o'clock in the morning, sit down on a chair, have a little breakfast, go to the pub, have a shot of cachaça, strong spirit. And then he goes back home, sit in his chair, and sleep for another 2 hours. And then he wakes up, and what does he do? Go to the pub again and have another shot. Shot. It's a 250 mils cup he's drinking from cachaça, 40% of alcohol. So that's his life. Waking up in the morning, have something to eat, drink, go back to sleep, stand up, go have a dinner, a lunch, go back and drink again, and go back to sleep again. So, you know, I remember this man being, well, he's 66 now. But also, I have friends here, when they are on their 60s, complete opposite. They are alive, they want to do something for their lives. My father only talks about getting drunk. He only talks about things he was saying his entire life. Since I remember being his son, nothing changed. He only knows how to talk about, well, last Monday I woke up and I had 5 shots. On Tuesday I woke up and I had 7 shots. On Wednesday I only had 3 shots. He has no clue what's happening around the world. Sometimes it's a blessing, really. Sometimes it is a blessing. Not knowing what's happening around. But I don't, as I said, things change. Don't get me wrong, I never had issues living with my parents. I never had issues leaving my house, you know, when I was young. Of course, you see fights between your parents all the time, mostly related for the alcohol, but it was not extreme like I see in other places as well. It could be a lot worse than what it was. You may ask, so was that the reason that you left home? I said, no. The reason I left home was because I want to have my independence. Because I left home because I want to work, you know. So yeah, just But you see things which are like, well, I'm glad the things are still the same. They're still together after 40 bloody years. But things never change. So I'm the one who don't want to have to leave the legacy for my child, for my son. So my father, he teach me lessons all the time. And the lesson I had this time when I went to Brazil for the visit was, do not be like him. When you get old for your child, don't let your child see what's happening with you, and I'll be honest with you, the last image I had of my father was he left one day before I did, because he was going to this place called Aparecida do Norte, La Pellegrin place in Brazil. So he went to his brother's house for another 10 days before they go for the trip, and my mother came with me to São Paulo to see her sisters and brothers. So we spent for 3 days in São Paulo before I took my flight back, and it was great seeing everyone. It was absolutely outstanding seeing everybody. It was beautiful, and catch up with histories from the family, finding out things which I would never find out. I got the chance to see my godfather, which is my uncle, the oldest of the family. He's 92 now, and he keeps well. Of course, he's old, but he still wants to go back to work. And I said, what are you talking about? Nobody wants to go back to work when you are 90. You want to enjoy your life. But I also understand him. He don't do anything anymore, and he was working until he was 70 something in the farm. He was enjoying his freedom, and now he gets stuck inside the house. So it's hard, it's different. So, how long do you do this every day? Do what, Ivona? The coal work. Yeah, I've been working with the coal for almost 11 years. I used to be a chef for 20 years plus, but I do other things as well. I have like 4 or 5 different jobs, which every day I do something different. Now I'm delivering coal. In about 2-3 hours time, I'm going to be training my capoeira. So some people come here to criticize what I do, or some people will be happy learning some new skills when they say you can use it for self-defense. You don't have to use it as a self-defense, but you can use it on the way to keep healthy, and to learn new skills, to avoid pain in the future. I'm a sport massage therapist as well, so I was treating one of my cousins while I was in Brazil. The guy never did any sport in his entire life. He's 59 now, and he almost killed himself working as a lifter. Like similar things to what I do right now, So yeah, I was doing like 4 sessions of massage for him, so I managed to get him out of the painkillers for 3 weeks, and yeah, everything has been so good. You have a lot of hard work. Well, it's life, Yvonne, and I enjoy it, I enjoy. Someone said to me, work hard, live easy. And it's right, because after I finish this job here, I can just smile to the world and live in peace, knowing whatever I'm doing is good for me, it's not affecting anyone. I enjoy what I do. I don't feel like I'm at work. I feel like I'm just out of the house enjoying myself every day. So this keeps me going. Your life made my day. You are such a hard-working man. Truly inspiring. Wish you had a great day ahead. So, thank you very much, Cookie. Thank you very much for coming to the live. Much appreciate you passing here. Okay, really, really appreciate your comment. Please leave your like, subscribe to the channel. Let's be happy and make the madness around here, because the mad command is back. And later on, after unloading this one, I'm gonna go for a little bit of training here. My knee is not great, but I put that into not doing any exercise for over a month. My diabetes is here. It's here. But I wasn't enjoying as much as I would. People say, you need to go to the insulin, you need to go to this, you need to do. I need to live my life. Of course, I need to be careful. Now I need to start it now. Looking after myself. So in 30 days, take another procedure, take some more blood to check how is the glucose. But I know how to bring it down. But I know why it went up as well. No exercise, no diet, crazy food. So yeah. Okay, guys. As I said, I enjoy my job. First of all, I can do as I please, because my boss had the trust on me, which he does not even come to work unless is needed. It means he comes to work like 2 or 3 months in a year. Now, I have the key of the work, I have the key of the cars, the office. So whatever I do, I can do on my own pace. As long as the job is done properly, he's not bothered if I finish work early and I go home earlier, you know. Before being my boss, he's a great friend of mine, and I can say that without any problem. My boss actually is a good friend of mine. He is my friend. It comes like a little saying, when, you know, sometimes if you have a business, it's easier a customer to become your friend than your friend become your customer, and that's true. And I can say that related to my job as well. You know, I had a boss which became my friend. I never had a friend to do business with or become my boss, because that would not work. That would not work at all. No. So yes, I can say my boss is my great friend. You know, we used to go out for a little pint here and there, for a meal, for, you know, just a talk. Now, because of the little one, it's quite hard, because I need to split the time between work and the little one. So don't give me much time to go for pints. But time to time, I can manage when my wife at work. So everything works good. You know? So yeah, as I say about my life, no regrets. Whatever I do, I'm fine. Even though when times get hard sometimes, and for everyone it gets hard, it's just don't put your head down. Just keep it up. Because worse times are coming. There is nothing too bad which can't get worse. So what is the easiest thing to do? Enjoy today, because tomorrow is a different day. It can be a better day, it can be a worse day, but today is the day. Today you are alive. Today you have the chance to make choices, to change your path, to do what makes you happy. You know, I don't live that dream when people say, I want to have a great house tomorrow, I want to have a Ferrari tomorrow, I want to live a different life that I'm living now. And I'm saying, no, I don't agree with you, because some people say, well, you only live once, and I completely disagree. You live every single day. You only die once. You only die once. But you live every single day. So live. Live your life. Well, I have a headache today. Yes, a headache, you're not in a wheelchair. Well, I have to pay my bills. Everybody has to pay the bills. Well, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm a 42, almost 42 years old man. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I'm living today. Tomorrow is a consequence. Whatever you do today, tomorrow you will see the consequence of your actions. So live simple, enjoy life. You know, just, even though when you want to punch someone in the face, it's not worth, because then you're gonna be charged for aggression. What's the point of it? So live the bloody life, bunch of motherfuckers. So what the best thing you can do for me today? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, help me to get 800 subscribers by the end of the month. If we can get 700 or 800 plus, even better. Okay, but yeah, okay guys, let me get this one unloaded. As I can show you, I already did 40 bags. There's another 40 bags to go, and the time is saying go for it. So thank you very much, all of you guys who has passed here today and left your like, and the new subscribers, thank you very much, you all. And nice to see all of you guys who has come back to the live. Much appreciated. Ivona, thank you very much once again. I'll see you tomorrow, so goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow, Ivona. I'll be back later, but if you are not come back to the next live, that's absolutely fine. It's nice chatting with you once again, and I'll see you all later on or tomorrow, guys. So all the best, enjoy it, bye for now.